Hi, everybody.
Hi everyone.
Welcome to our live training today. I think maybe we'll give everybody another 15 seconds just in case we have any late joiners. But welcome, everybody, to our live training. We're excited to walk through how to create a dashboard today with you and just give you a glimpse of what Bricks is about. But we'll get into more of a intro a little bit. Hi, Amy. Alrighty, I think we're good to get started. Hi everybody. It's lovely to meet you. We're very excited to be doing a walkthrough on how to create dashboards and reports with your spreadsheet data using Bricks AI. So just to give a little intro about us. So my name is Casey. I am your webinar host for today. I am also the design lead at Bricks, and I work really closely with my colleague here, Anshul, who is the product and engineering lead at Bricks. So we'll both be working together to do the walkthrough, do a demo, and then hopefully tackle any questions that you have coming up. And yeah, as I mentioned before, give you a good overview of what Bricks is about. So just a quick rundown on how we'll navigate this webinar. So first, we'll do a step-by-step tutorial on how to transition your spreadsheet data into a dashboard. Angela will also do a live demo together on the call. Then we'll get into some Bricks community examples. So we are very lucky to have some Bricks users share some really cool looking dashboards with us, and we'd love to show you just so you can get a glimpse of what you can do with Bricks. And at the very end of the session, we'll also have a Q&A where we'll answer any queries that you have. But we strongly encourage that if you have any questions as we go through the webinar, please do drop them into the Zoom chat because I'll be monitoring them and then shooting them to Anshul or me to answer throughout this webinar. And towards the very end, we also have a small special offer and we have a sneak peek of our product roadmap. So please do stay tuned until the end of the webinar if you want to get more information on that. So just to give a general overview on what Bricks is about, especially for those users that are touching Bricks for the first time and haven't interacted with us yet, Bricks is essentially an AI data analyst tool that can help you create dashboards and reports in seconds with AI. So if you look at the data analyst space, I'm sure a lot of people have worked with data analyst tools that might be a little bit more complex, have a steep learning curve, and you're manipulating or editing your data there, then you might need to transition into more of a design software to polish your dashboard or whatever report you come up with in order to make it publish ready. Bricks essentially does all of that in our platform, and we make it super simple and super easy to do. And we'll show you in the next couple of slides, but essentially we narrowed it down to 5 simple steps to go from a simple data table into a fully interactive and customizable dashboard. Some other features that we have is we really do pride ourselves in some aesthetic visuals that we have built directly in the product. So we have some pre-built custom themes that you can toggle on and off. And if you want to do some manual customization, we also offer that capability, which Angela will do a demo a little bit later to show that. We also have powerful data support, so you can ask our AI to do some data analysis, data edits, and modifications within our product. So without further ado, so the different steps that we have to go through, as I mentioned before, it's super simple. It's just 5 simple steps. First step is if you haven't signed up for Bricks already, you can hop on and sign up on our Bricks website. And once you've signed up, you will land on our Bricks home screen where you'll be exposed to these different options. All you need to do is hit dashboard and report. Then you'll be prompted to import your data. So at Bricks, we actually support quite a bit of different formats. We do CSV, XLSX, PDF, and we even can interpret your image files, and Bricks is able to analyze that. But we also do want to preface, and this is a question that we actually get a lot, your data is fully encrypted, private, and secure. We built Bricks with privacy and security at the top of the mind. So your data will never be used for AI training, and we also do secure your data and store your data according to industry data protection measures. So once you've imported your data, then essentially Bricks works its magic and we do all the heavy lifting for you, and it'll straight away start generating a beautiful interactive dashboard. So as you can see on the image here, I went from just a plain kind of data set on grid on Excel, and then automatically it transitions into something that's interactive on the very right. It could be a mixture of customizable charts, KPIs, reporting insights and summaries that the AI was able to pick up on, or data tables. Then after that, in the post-processing stage, you can edit, customize, and fine-tune your dashboard into exactly how you want. So as I mentioned before, you really have the ability to manually customize each of these different blocks that you see on our board. And we have different menu bars that help you customize. So just think Canva, but with dashboards. Or if you want to take the more simple route, you can ask our AI to help you add new charts, add new insights, add new summaries, or edit a chart. So really it's up to each user. We have a fair share of different users that prefer either or, so it's really up to your workflow. And then finally, once you have a polished and refined dashboard, you would like to share that. So we have a couple of options that are available in Bricks. You can either download it as a PDF or a PPT as a local file on your computer, or you can share a public link, which is essentially when you publish a link online, anybody who even isn't a Bricks user is able to access it as long as they have a link and a working browser. And you can also present directly in Bricks. So a fun fact is actually the slide deck that we created is presented directly in Bricks. I don't have a local file right now on my computer. I'm showing and screen sharing directly in Bricks, which is super handy for me, so I don't have like too many softwares open. So yes, now that we've gone through a quick step-by-step tutorial, we'll jump into a live demo over to Anshul. And just a quick reminder before Anshul gets into it, please do feel free to continue dropping questions into the Zoom chat, and we'll try to answer them as we go through the demo. And you might notice a poll that pops up. It will only take a couple seconds to complete. So we would be very appreciative if you could get that answered for us. So over to you, Anshul.
That's great. Thank you so much for the great introduction, Casey. I'll just share my screen. Is it visible?
Yep, I can see it.
Awesome. So yeah, so as Casey gave a pretty great introduction about what are the steps involved in creating the dashboard. It's pretty simple. All you need to do is sign up into the Bricks and just click on create dashboard and report. Here you are prompted to import your data, and as we explained, you can import XLSX, CSV, PDF, an image, any data you have. I'll just try to import one sample data which I have, which is a data about various companies and the investors they have invested into. So as you can see, as soon as I imported my data, our dashboard AI agent uh, started creating the dashboard just by importing the data. Now, what we are doing under the hood, it's not just a simple AI query which you are making just to create a dashboard. Under the hood, we have several different AI agents working to create the dashboard. There is one agent, or you can say one of your assistant, who is working to understand your data, understand the insights, understand the trends, understand the story behind your data. Then there is another AI agent which works with what type of charts do I want to create. As you can see over here, we already got the response from the planner agent, what type of charts. So it has already mentioned there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 charts which is trying to create. Uh, I can of course edit the plan, but what's happening is it is trying to understand, or it is trying to take an input from me in the advanced mode right now. I'm in the advanced mode, which we can discuss about it a little bit later, but I'll just click on generate. So it gave me the response of what it is trying to generate. It has already analyzed your data. Even after the analysis has been done, it will first create the charts and the summary tables from it. Once the charts and the summary tables have been created, another agent will then try to understand the trends from the chart. For which particular month your sales went down, for which particular month the investor invested the most amount of money, for example. So it will try to understand some insights from your data, and you don't have to write even a single prompt. Everything is happening under the hood. That was the main thing, or that was the selling point what we have in our bricks, that you don't have to write even a single prompt. Writing prompts are difficult. People say it's easy, but it's actually very difficult to communicate your thoughts to AI. So we build bricks keeping this problem in mind, that you don't have to specify a single thing. Now, as you can see over here, the dashboard has been completely created uh, with a lot of different KPIs, like how many unicorns were there, with what all countries the investment were done. Before going to the dashboard, you can just want to have a look at this data. As you can see, the data is pretty simple. It's a table with proper schema. It has company, valuation, the location, what industry the company belongs to, and what all investors are there for this particular company. Now, as you can see in the dashboard, you have the different KPIs available. You have got so many different charts. For example, this chart says what are the topmost countries in which the investment has happened and in which sectors. As you can see on the right side of the dashboard, we have insights. So the dashboard agent has understand the chart, has understood your data properly, and then created the insight. So you can see the United States leads by a wide margin with over 650 unicorns. It is able to understand your chart. We have invested pretty heavily from engineering side to get these insights from your data. For example, there is another chart. And as you can see, there are a variety of charts. You can see, of course, the bar charts over here. But as you can see now, we have a line chart. We have a pie chart. And it is not random. It is also based on the data. So for example, it is able to understand that there is an industry distribution, which I can show it very easily as a pie chart distribution. And that's why AI has created this as a configuration. So as you can see, there are multiple charts, different type of charts, and now the summary tables. It is able to understand. One important thing which we might generally miss is you can look at this data, and this data or this particular column, which is select investors, are comma separated. Now, it's very difficult for anybody to create or have an understanding, oh, whether the Sequoia Capital, China has invested in how many companies. But now you can, on the dashboard, you can clearly see that the AI was able to understand what all different investors are there. It is able to understand the count, and it is able to properly evaluate what was the valuation in for the companies they have invested into. Now, this is an advanced, I'll say advanced analysis of your data. It does not happen even if you upload your data anywhere in any other dashboard tool. This particular thing will not happen. Under proper understanding and analysis of your data, creating the story out of your data is very important, and it is being done over here. Now, once the dashboard has been generated, I mean, of course, there are more summary tables which the dashboard agent has created. But in case you feel like, oh, a particular chart has been missing, or for example, the angle like industry versus valuation is missing in the chart, which I think we might not have it over here. Uh, exactly. So we have the investors by the number of companies. Maybe we don't have the investors by the valuation. So what I can do over here is I can just open the AI chat, and I can actually write that, or rather than doing that way, I would want to first, let's see if AI can understand if I am missing any of the things. So we have an option available, add charts. I will just click on this thing, and under the hood, what AI will do is AI will try to analyze the generated output, and it will try to suggest some more charts and some more summary tables to you as depending on the option what you have selected for. So as you can see, now AI has given me 5 options of what new additional charts I can put into. I can say investor industry network. I can say unicorn valuation distribution by region. And if these are the two matrix which I needed to show in my dashboard, I'll just select it, and I'll just let AI create it for me rather than me specifying. As you can see under the hood, this is the complex query which is going to create a particular chart. Of course, as a user, it's very difficult for us to understand the data and then create the respective chart out of it. But you can clearly see the list of charts, what I have just selected, and AI is now trying to create it over here. It might take a little bit longer sometimes, but it's actually again trying to understand your data and then create the chart out of it. So you can see both the matrix are now being represented as charts over here. Now, once the dashboard is generated, as Casey has mentioned, we have done a lot of efforts to make sure that your dashboards are beautiful looking. So you can change the themes. You can select some of the custom themes over here. And as you can see, this just by clicking of one button, the whole dashboard transformed from looking very plain to a much more professional looking theme. You can go into a more creative looking themes and so on. And we are constantly trying to add more themes in this particular option.
That's very cool, Anshul. So I actually wanted to deeper dive into the themes. So we do get a lot of questions about whether or not we can customize the dashboard in order to fit somebody's branding. Let's
That's
say I'm
correct.
like a representation for Home Depot and we want to make something a little bit more orange according to Home Depot colors. How do we manually customize that?
Definitely, Casey. So as I was saying, the whole dashboard which has been generated is completely customizable and editable. I'll quickly show you how or what all edit capabilities we have out of the box. So as you were talking about the branding, Casey, I just created an image block over here. I just clicked on upload image and I just added my logo over here. So it is as simple as that. So you can clearly add an image over here. Of course, you can add your more images, whatever images you need to import. Apart from that, you can also customize the colors. So every block, each and everything is customizable. So based on your company theme or the colors what you are fond of, you can modify if you want to highlight a particular block. For example, I wanted to highlight this particular insight. I'll say, okay, let me highlight this particular insight with a different color. Or I wanted to go with my brand color. I can customize each and every block on this particular dashboard. So that's how the branding will work. But again, talking about the edit capabilities, everything is editable. You can edit the insights which have been generated. For example, you wanted to highlight this particular insight, you can mark it as bold. You did not like this particular insight, you can quickly delete it from here. You wanted to make sure that this particular chart is higher priority, so I wanted to move it higher up over here, so you can do that. You can then resize the charts if that's what you need to do. So everything on the dashboard is customizable. The whole layout of dashboard is customizable. Individual blocks, individual items in the dashboards are also customizable, so you can freely lay out it as you wish based on your requirement.
Nice, yeah. And I think on that same vein, I know Anshul, you just demoed how AI can help us build charts using the AI functionality. So if I'd like to create like a custom chart, how would I be able to do that?
Awesome. So I think as you would have seen earlier, Casey, that we were able to provide some options from the AI side, but sometimes,
Hmm.
of course, we need to have our own requirement to be fulfilled. So I can
Right.
always, this is a complete AI chat view. You can interact with AI in a plain normal English in a prompt-based manner. So I can say add a chart with valuation versus, or I'll say industry versus valuation, for example. I'll say, okay. And it's again a very plain, simple English. It is based on your requirement, what you really want to do. You can interact with the AI over here. AI has access to all of your data. It is able to understand your data. It is able to then relate to what you are asking over here, and it is able to generate output based on your requirement. Now, as you can see, it is now able to understand, okay, here is the industry and what is the valuation for that particular industry. So yes, I think with the help of AI, you can do it. Again, if you say that if sometimes we feel that AI is becoming a little bit more sloppy or it's taking a little bit more time, you can always do it manually. You can click on a block, you can create a chart, you can select the data over here and click on create. Now this is a chart composer view. It is for the advanced use cases where you want to modify or just create a new chart out of your data. You can quickly say, okay, this is the city and maybe what's the valuation as far as the city is considered, and you can just save it to the dashboard. So this is how you can create using AI. You can create new charts and new summary tables using AI, or if you want to do it manually, you can do it from here.
Yeah, I think that's a great thing about Bricks, especially when we're building it as well, as we really wanted to have that capability to do it via AI or also do it custom. There's a lot of tools out there that might go one way or the other, so it's really nice that we have that functionality within Bricks.
That's correct.
Yeah. So I do see some questions coming up. So maybe we can start tackling a couple of them. Mark was asking, can our AI do data cleaning, or the data has to be clean before importing into Bricks?
Okay, that's a very good question. So as I have shown Mark earlier, you can just create a dashboard using just a single click, one click dashboard, what we call it internally. You just import your data and the dashboard will get created, but you have the full flexibility where you can first import your data. I can quickly show it to you. So you can first import your data, and I'm not going on the in the dashboard flow as of now. Here I'm just importing my data. And now this is a complete AI spreadsheet in itself. So you can see your data, you can modify your data manually, or you can modify or clean up your data with the help of AI. So you want to clean up some of your inconsistency in the data, you can do it. You can review your data before the dashboard is getting created, or you can basically write any AI prompt to clean up your data and remove any inconsistencies over here. And once this is done, we have a generate option. You can click on dashboard and report, and the dashboard will get generated from here.
Nice. Yeah. Actually, we also commonly get this question. So a lot of our existing users also ask if they can create a dashboard from multiple files and how that process would look like. Maybe Andrew, you can give a quick
Sure,
demo of what that would be like.
definitely. Awesome.
Mhm.
So similarly, as I had shown earlier that you can import one file. I just imported one of the CSVs, but I wanted to create now dashboard from multiple data points, maybe for the month of January, and then I have for the month of February. So as let me just do it from scratch for now. So I have one sales data. I'll just import it in a file. Now, as you can see, the data is all of the data has been imported, but the data consists only till month of March. So this is in MMDDY format. So we have the data only for the month of March. And now I want to import for the month of April. So what I can do is I can quickly click on import. Make sure import to the current file is selected. That's how you can import your data in the same file. Just upload and get the April data over here. Now, as you can see, you have both the data. One grid contains your January to March. Another grid contains your April data. As you can see, this is your April data. And now, of course, you can click on generate dashboard and report. But if you want to have a little bit of more flexibility to say to the AI what you really wanted to do, you can say create a dashboard from table 01 and table 02. As you can see, all the data is imported in the form of tables, and tables are like first class citizens in Brick. So always refer to tables if you want to get proper results for your dashboard. You can say also you can say make sure to consider date trends, for example. Now, what I'm trying to do over here, I have already given instruction to AI to create dashboard or consider dashboard using these two data sets. And now I'm trying to customize how the AI will look at my data. I'm trying to instruct AI that make sure that you consider date trends when you are creating the dashboard. So I'm just trying to preemptively customize the dashboard based on my requirement rather than customizing post dashboard generation. So once that is done, you can of course click on enter, and again our dashboard agent will understand your requirement. It will take your prompt into consideration into the planning phase, and it will be able to give the dashboard. So it takes like 2 to 3 minutes of time to generate the dashboard. So I think we don't have to wait, but hopefully this will generate and we can revisit once the dashboard generation is done.
Yeah, that's cool. It sounds like we can write a prompt to our chat, AI chat, to generate a dashboard, but then at the same time, we can also have special requests within the AI chat. So that way, the dashboard that comes out will generate to how we'd like it.
That's correct. Absolutely.
Nice. Alrighty. Yeah. So it sounds like once we've, done all of this post processing, maybe we could also walk through how we would kind of share or
Yes.
export. Yeah.
That's awesome. So as you can see, again, just I think backing to the previous
Yeah.
question, as you can see now, all the charts and the dashboard is actually getting generated, and it will take care of your requirements. It will take care of all the two data sets what we have over here. As you can see, we have started getting the data for the month of April and for all the other months as well. But as to your question, Casey, I will go back to my previous file now. Okay, so I guess, okay, so this is the dashboard which was generated earlier. And the there are various ways in which you can export your dashboard now. All you have to do is just click on share. You can invite any other members over here. So for example, I can invite Casey to have a look at this dashboard. I can click on any other member over here to invite. And these are all the so I'm explicitly sharing my dashboard using some of the specific email addresses. Apart from that, you can generate a link which any user can have access to. All you need to do is just update the permission over here. You can, as explained by Casey in the introduction, you can export to PDF. You can export as PPTX as well. Um, Sometimes it takes a little bit longer time, but I think this is, I'm an internal employee, so we are experimenting with one of the features, making sure that the PDF
Right.
generation is very smooth, and it's an experimental feature. That's why it's going to take time. In your local machine, once you see, it's not going to take that much amount of time. I'll just show the dashboard which was exported. As you can see, the whole PDF was getting generated. Everything, all of your charts, your tables, and summary tables, and the edit new charts which we just added, everything is available over here. The
Yeah.
same thing can be exported in the terms of PDF as well, or if you want to just generate a public link which anyone can see your dashboard, you can just create a public link and just share it with anyone else on the with your friends, with your colleagues.
Right. This is my favorite feature because you don't have to be a Bricks user to actually access the link, which is really nice for those that are not signed up yet. But even the PDF, when it exports it, it is a full-fledged report, which is very publish ready. So share is always my favorite feature to talk about.
That's great.
Yeah. We
One
do.
more
Yeah.
Sorry,
Sorry,
one
Andrew,
more
you go
thing
ahead.
which I want to cover over here, Casey, is a
Yeah.
lot of questions come that where the charts are editable or not. So I all you need to do is just click on one chart and then click on edit. And as you have seen this chart composer earlier, when I was creating a chart, you can use the same chart composer to edit a chart. Now over here, as a like I don't like the bar chart, so maybe I would like to go for the line chart. So as you can see, the chart types can be changed. You can have various pie charts over here, different types of charts. You want to edit the color, you can change the color. Example for over here, you wanted to highlight a particular value, you can change the color of that particular value as well. So everything is customizable. You can add the filters over here. For example, you only wanted to show the valuations which are some selected valuations. You can apply the conditions as well. The chart will get updated based on any of the conditions which you can do over here. So this is how the customization of chart works. The same thing can be done with the help of AI as well. You just have to write your query as a prompt, and AI will be able to update your chart accordingly.
Yeah, that's really cool. And I think, as we mentioned before, Bricks actually has some pre-built themes. So we're able to apply that theme, or we can go this route where Anshul is customizing the different charts and the different blocks within the board. Maybe we can showcase a couple of the themes that we have pre-built that we can toggle between just to give a preview for our listeners.
Yeah, so again, talking about that thing, you are free to apply the other themes. Any of
Hmm.
your overriding things, any of your customization still holds true. So you
Hmm.
can modify your themes according to your taste and according to the company's requirement if you are working in a small team or in a team. Yeah,
Yeah. As a designer, I love this customization.
definitely.
Alrighty, yes. So we did have a couple other questions come in. So are you guys working on having various data sources to import as you go along, or just limited to spreadsheet based?
That's a very important and valid questions, and we have
Hmm.
received this query from a lot of other users. A lot of users really wanted, for example, a live connector to a Google Sheet or ability to connect to any of their existing databases such as MySQL, Postgres, Snowflake, and you can name anything. This is something, as I mentioned, we have received a lot of requests, and we are right now, as we are speaking, we are working on to enable this functionality or to support this particular feature. It might take a little bit longer, but I'm sure it's going to come in another 1 month of time. You will have some connectors available. And we are also working on to make sure that your dashboards are refreshable by default. It is auto refreshable. As you update your data, the dashboards will get updated automatically as well.
Yeah, and just to add on to Anshul's point, so I do see a couple of questions come in the Q&A about some new features that we actually will be covering in the product roadmap pipeline shortly. So I'd say stay tuned into that. Anshul will talk more about what's coming up in our beta features. So we did have another question about showcasing just the dashboard look rather than reports style. If I'm understanding the question correctly, I think what you're asking is to showcase the dashboards as its blocks versus like one whole report. And we actually have a couple of different board styles that we can customize within our Bricks workspace. So honestly, what works for your workflow, you're able to do that. So yes, short answer, yes, that is possible.
Yeah.
Um, there's also another one. How do we create multiple pages or reports in one dashboard? For example, for every country, a detailed analysis.
Yes. So I think what you are asking about is maybe something like a drill down, which a lot of other dashboard tools offer. And this is one feature which we are currently working on, where you will be able to select what aspect of your data should be presented in the dashboard. You can apply the filters, you can use it, you can use the slicers if you are a consumer of the dashboard. And hopefully then we will also be working on the drill downs. So all these features and all these functionalities will be covered as part of this particular implementation.
Sounds good. Maybe, Anshul, we can hop into our next section of the webinar, and then we will come back to the questions that we have in the chat at the very end, just so we can make sure we have enough room for that. So,
Yeah, definitely.
sounds good. Let me just go ahead and share my screen. And thank you for a great live demo.
Sure.
Alrighty, so we also wanted to give a couple of community examples that our Bricks users have created. And there's honestly a lot. And I'd say if you want to get more visual inspiration, please do feel free to check out our Bricks website because we have our community examples listed out. But I would still say the best way to customize and design would be to import a file yourself and just try out our product. But just to give you some examples, so this one of our users created a DEI summary. They really branded it according to their brand, and I like that they use this seamless board style, so it comes out as a direct report and added their own images. And it's really cool that they did these kind of customizable infographics as well here, which was built directly by this user. Then this other example is actually one of my personal favorites because I haven't personally seen a topic based off of this, but it is a Spotify kind of analysis. And this user really took the time to edit and customize the font, the styling to match similarly to what Spotify looks like. They also added a lot of images. And again, as you can see, what Anshul demoed, all of these charts are customizable, interactive, and moves and updates according to your data updates. We also have this treatment analysis dashboard, and this one is an interesting one because we wanted to show you this is what the imported data looks like. As you can see, it's a very simple column data table. There isn't much to it. There's not a lot of like infographics or anything that will give out any insights or anything like that. But by importing into Bricks, we were able to have this as like the initial dashboard pop out. So same thing as all the other previous examples, all of these are interactive. AI was able to generate some key insights just based off of that table. And again, we were able to customize each of these charts according to our topic, which is very, very neat. So now that we've walked through the some examples, I'm going to pass it over to Anshul to give you a quick rundown of what's coming up in our product
Sure.
pipeline.
Before I cover that, maybe I'll just start a poll so that we have enough time to cover
Sounds good.
responses. So everyone, yeah, you should be able to see one poll coming right at your screen.
Mm-hmm.
Feel free to answer the questions based on your understanding. Now
Yep,
I'll just
sounds
share
good.
my screen. Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep, I
So
can see it.
as I was saying, some of the, of course, we have been live with this particular product very recently, but we have seen tremendous amount of interest in the product. A lot of people are not able to create dashboards from Excel data, from CSV data, or from a simple data which is not present in, for example, Power BI or Tableau, things like that. But one more requirement which has come is once the dashboard has been created, how do I constantly update it if my data is kept on changing every month, every week, or so on? So we are currently working on a concept called as auto refreshable dashboard, in which we will provide a lot of workflows where you can import your data, you can re-import your data, you can update your data based on your new set of data as you are importing the data from different tool set or manually updating it, and your dashboard will automatically be refreshed. Now, everything will happen without your intervention. All you need to do is just import your data and the dashboard will get refreshed. Now, the other requirement is once the dashboard has been generated, I have customized it, I have edited it. Now I want to reuse the dashboard with my next set of data. So I have created a dashboard for the month of January. I want to create, or I have created the dashboard for, I don't know, Google Analytics. I want to do the same thing for Facebook Analytics, for example. All you need to do is just save it as a template or just reuse the dashboard with the new set of data, and the same dashboard will get updated with this new data. As I had already explained, the third feature is dashboard filters, slicers, and drill downs. It is for you to have a look at your dashboard in all different angles, all different filters, all different trends. Branding, which we have already shown, but it is something which you need to do it on a repetitive manner. But if you want to just save your branding colors, I think this is something which we'll be working upon. You will be able to customize your dashboard, all of your dashboard, not just one dashboard, based on your consistent theme and brand.
I'm super excited about this one.
Yes. And the last one about the data connectors, as I mentioned, a lot of requirements have came up where you need to connect your data to your Google Sheets. You don't want to bring your data manually into Bricks and then create the dashboard. I think this particular feature is being worked upon where you can connect your data sources, Google Sheets, live to Bricks account, and the dashboard will get updated. So these are the upcoming features. I'm super excited about these features because I'm sure these are the features which will create a lot of workflows, and a lot of users will find values in these workflows. So yeah,
Absolutely, yeah.
I'll stop sharing my screen now. Maybe we'll
Alrighty.
some questions now. Yeah.
Yes, that sounds good. So let's hop into our Q&A. We've actually gotten a lot of questions, so we're not too sure if we can cover them all, but we'll try our best.
Sure.
So do we have an option to do calculation or add columns or measures?
That's correct. Yes, exactly. So this is something which I'll just share my screen one more time. So as I had mentioned, all of your data is not sitting in a read-only data. It is actually fully customizable, editable. Manually, you can update it, or you can use your help with the AI. You can add, for example, I just added one more dummy column. You can add a column. You can also use AI, add a column for the country code, for example. And AI will be again able to have a look at your data, and based on your query, it will be able to generate the output. The whole data is actually sitting in a spreadsheet. So just like we are empowering you to import your XLSS document, we are also empowering you to perform any of your operations which you can do in Excel, Google Sheet. Over here, all the formulas are supported. All the operations what you can do in anywhere else, you can do it over here. As you can see, the AI has added one more column over here. So everything is customizable, editable, and before you generate your dashboard, you are free to work with your data, or in fact, start from scratch in this particular workbook, in this particular worksheet, and then you can create a dashboard from it.
Yes, and I think that actually answers our next question, which is, can I combine two data sets to make them single data? So Angel did already do a live demo of how working with multiple files and multiple data sets are like. But essentially, if you funnel your requests through our AI chat, you will definitely be able to do that.
Exactly. You can also do combine table 01 and table 02 based on your requirement, whether you want to do it like one after another, you want to combine all the columns, all the processing, what you can do with data can be easily done in Grid.
Yes, that's great. So our next question is, how would the system work with an Excel sheet that has multiple tabs with information?
It's exactly the same thing. As I
Yes.
all you need to do is like create a dashboard from table 01. You can also name the sheet names as well, but all you need to do is just keep on naming what are the important tables you have in your data. Each table can reside in an individual grid. As you can see, this is my data which is residing in this grid. You can have more data residing in different types in different grids, and you can just prompt it using the AI prompt to create a dashboard for you.
Yes, our AI functionality is very diverse, so please do hop in and try it out for yourself. We usually are able to handle these. We also had another question about filters, and I think Anshul already answered that. That is coming in our product roadmap pipeline. Filters to analyze your reports and have a drop down on those reports is coming up soon.
Yes.
Um, Let me see. So automating daily data refreshes in the dashboard. So I think that also falls into dashboard refresh, but someone did ask if it's possible to automate daily data refreshes.
Yeah. So I think most likely what you're referring to, is it possible for you to connect your data set with an external data sources? As I mentioned, this is coming up. However, if you want to do it manually or just importing your data, it can be done. And we are soon going to release this particular feature where the dashboard will get auto refreshed. So
Yes, and I think that also answers the next question, which is can you import new data to a file and refresh current dashboard to incorporate new data? Exactly what Anshul says. We will be supporting that functionality very soon.
uh,
Um, we
I'll
also had
take
question.
I'll
Sorry,
take
yes,
few more other questions. Yeah.
yes.
So there's another question from Mark. Do the 500 messages for the premium version is reset each month? Do you lose unused messages? Yes. I think 500 messages is the limit per month, and you can keep on this particular limit keeps on refreshing every month. So yes, you lose on the messages, but I think this is a good amount of messages. And if you really need unlimited AI messages, you don't have to worry. You can always upgrade to a pro plan, and that is where you will get unlimited AI messages and AI dashboards. The next question is BRICS supporting different languages as this company is covering several countries? Casey, you can answer that.
Um, I so as of this moment, I think English is still our primary language use. So we'd say we are trying, but it really depends on the AI model whether or not it can really closely interpret it. But English is probably the best route to go with our AI model. And Anshul, I'm not sure if you have more to add
No,
on to that.
exactly. Adding to your point, yes, I think as an interface language, we support English, but using the AI, I think you can write it in your own language. You can try to generate the dashboard in your language, and most likely it will work fine. But of course, we do support English as our base language, but feel free to try out in any other language of your own.
Yes. So there are also a couple questions about the visuals. If the visuals are interactive, 100%. I think that's the best way to answer it. As Anshul have shown in the demo, all of the blocks that are built are completely customizable, completely interactive, and it will be the same for whoever you share it to, if you're sharing like a public link. So short answer is yes. Let's see. So we do have a couple of questions as well about embedding our dashboards and integrating it onto websites and things like that.
So currently this is not supported, but again, a lot of
Mhm.
users have came to us that do we offer APIs? Do we offer embeddable dashboards? I think all these features are on our product roadmap, and hopefully in another few weeks of time, we should be able to prioritize these features, and we'll be able to have a release which will support these features. So especially APIs
Yeah.
and embeddable dashboards. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good. And we are actually nearing the end of our webinar time, so we apologize, but we do have to cut our Q&A short. But if you do have any further questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to us. So, Angela, if I can just share my screen.
Yes. And just one more thing, Casey.
Yeah,
As Casey mentioned, do not forget to reach out to us. The best way to reach out to us
yes.
is click on this help button, and you can start a conversation or you can schedule a demo with us so that we can interact with you on the chat or over a call. Yeah, over to you.
Yes. Nice. Okay. I will try to keep this quick and concise because we're close to the end. So, as promised, we actually have a special offer for our webinar listeners. We're offering 50% off our Pro plan, and we'll have more details on that on our follow up email, along with a webinar recording in case you want to refer back to this webinar. So, please do keep posted on your email and take a look at how to subscribe, how to sign up, and the details on that offer. And as Anshul mentioned, even if we didn't answer your question, please do feel free to reach out to help in Bricks or on the support page on our Bricks website. Alternatively, you can also join our Discord channel. One thing I really love about Bricks is we're a small, nimble team, but all of your requests will be answered by an actual human being on our team. We don't use chatbots, and we'll have personalized support that way. So please, please, please reach out to us.
That's awesome.
Yep.
That's great.
So, thank you, everybody, for joining us on the webinar. We're super excited for you to try out Bricks, and thank you, Anshul, for being with me. And we're excited to see what you guys will create.
Awesome. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. Thanks, Casey.
Thank you. Alrighty.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.